It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
ランスリーバー、ザイネプットデイビアンアテンプテッド
Lance Leader, the inept Davians attempted to make a supply drop to the besieged city of Polis, but the supplies fell into the wilderness. Deploy all available forces to the area to retrieve these supplies. We believe that the much-hated Bajord Lance is in the area. Use this opportunity to not only bolster our supplies, but also deal a crippling blow to these pests. Fight well, Lance Leader. Bring victory to the warlord and glory to the coordinator. During the battle for David, the fighting around the capital city of Polis was particularly fierce. For a time, the only way to resupply the defenders was by air. During one such supply drop, the air crew made a terrible mistake, deploying their drop supplies well outside city limits. The following day, Bajord Lance was deployed to recover the supplies. Little did they realize that the invaders were also trying to recover the supplies, and they had just sent double the number of mechs, deploying both their Scout Nakori Lance as well as their Sagori Lance. As the two sides drew close, it soon became clear that neither side was about to back down. Turn 1. The Whitworth stands still preparing his LRMs. The Vindicator runs up on the nearby hill, taking cover behind the hill's peak. The Quick Draw walks forward. The Dervish runs up and over the hill in front of him. The Enforcer walks forward toward the large hill. The Charger races forward. The Jenner dashes ahead at full speed. The Panther runs up the hill, also taking cover behind the beak. The Hermes 2 runs, keeping up with the Charger. The Warhammer walks forward. The Spider runs full speed to a crate. The Javelin runs with the Hermes. The Hermes fires a large laser at the Dervish, but misses. The Whitworth uses targeting data to fire both LRM launchers on the Dervish, some of the missiles connecting with the center and right torsos. The Warhammer fires a PPC at the Jenner, completely destroying the light mech's left arm. The Spider picks up the crate at his feet. The Javelin is out of weapons range. The Vindicator fires his LRM-5 at the Dervish, but misses. The Quick Draw fires his LRM-10 at the Jenner, but cannot score a hit. The Dervish fires both LRM-10s at the Jenner, but also misses with all missiles. The Enforcer fires his AC-10 and large laser at the Jenner, but also misses. The Charger is out of his weapons range. The Jenner returns fire at the Dervish with 2 medium lasers and his SRM-4, but misses. The Panther holds his fire. Turn 2. The Jenner turns and runs. The Spider backs away with his crate. The Javelin jumps on top of the central hill, preparing to pick up the crate. The Hermes walks forward to a crate. The Vindicator stands still, Mechwarrior Kojo taking aim. The Quick Draw walks up the hill, taking cover. The Dervish walks up the hill, joining the Quick Draw. The Enforcer charges up and over the hill. The Charger runs around the hill towards the enemy lands. The Whitworth stands still, providing indirect fire support. The Warhammer walks up around the hill. The Panther stands still. The Spider has no fire. The Javelin cancels picking up the crate and fires on the approaching Enforcer with an SRM-6, but misses. The Enforcer returns fire on the Javelin with his AC-10 and large laser, but misses. The Charger is still out of his weapons range. The Whitworth fires both LRM-10s at the Dervish, but misses. The Panther fires his PPC at the Enforcer, but misses. The Vindicator also fires on the Enforcer with his PPC and LRM, but also misses. The Quick Draw fires his LRM-10 SRM-4 medium laser at the Charger. Some of the LRMs hit the fast-moving assault mech in the left leg and right arm. The Dervish fires both LRMs at the Charger, hitting the mech in the left arm and center torso. The Hermes fires a large laser at the Enforcer, but misses. The Warhammer fires both PPCs at the Charger, both PPCs hitting the Charger's left arm, destroying it. The Jenner is out of weapons range as he retreats. Turn 3. The Whitworth continues to stand still, using targeting data for his LRMs. The Spider escapes out of the combat zone with his crate. The Javelin jumps into the rear of the Davians. The Dervish leaps back, landing behind a small hill nearby. The Hermes runs around the Charger, trying to outflank the Deneb Lance. The Warhammer walks up on the Hermes, using the hill to cover his legs. The Jenner withdraws at a full run. The Enforcer runs up, putting his back to the cliff. The Charger sees an opening, running around and behind the Warhammer. The Panther stands still, lining up his PPC. The Vindicator also stands still, providing fire support. The Quick Draw stands still, lining up on his target. The Dervish fires both SRM-2s at the Javelin, but misses. The Warhammer opens up on the Hermes with 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, his SRM-6, and a burst from one of his flamers. A medium laser and the small laser hitting the center torso. The Hermes returns fire on the Warhammer, the large laser hitting the right torso. The Whitworth fires both LRM-10s at the Warhammer, hitting it in the left torso and right arm. The Enforcer fires on the Hermes with his AC-10 and large laser, the autocannon tearing into the left leg, while the laser damages the left arm. The Charger fires 2 small lasers at the Warhammer, hitting the mech in the rear center torso and left arm. The Charger swings his remaining arm, punching the Warhammer's right arm. Turn 4. The Quick Draw stands still, as does the Dervish. The Warhammer backs away, trying to get away from the Charger. The Hermes stays under control and walks forward, trying to get into flanking position. The Charger backs up, keeping behind the Warhammer. The Javelin walks into melee range behind the Warhammer. The Whitworth continues processing targeting data for his LRM attacks. The Panther stands still, taking aim. The Enforcer stays still, aiming at the Javelin. Mechwarrior Kojo, growing frustrated, leaps off the hill, trying to get a better shot. The Whitworth fires both launchers indirectly at the Warhammer. Most of the missiles miss, but a few slam into the head, injuring the Mechwarrior within. Taking advantage, the Javelin fires both SRM-6s into the rear of the Warhammer. The missiles tear into the rear, right, and center torso, finding a crack in the armor, damaging the fusion engine and destroying the mech's gyro. The Warhammer falls, further injuring the Mechwarrior and damaging the left arm and torso. The Javelin then kicks the downed Warhammer's right arm. Somehow, Lieutenant Willis manages to remain conscious. The Quick Draw fires his medium lasers and his SRM-4 at the Javelin. The medium lasers hit the mech's left leg. The SRMs slam into the right leg and center torso, ripping through the armor and damaging the light mech's gyro and destroying a jump jet. The Panther fires his PPC at the Quick Draw, but misses. The Enforcer fires his AC-10 and large laser at the Javelin. The autocannon heavily damages the left leg and the laser hitting the right torso. Mechwarrior Kojo fires his PPC and LRMs at the Quick Draw as he lands his Vindicator, but misses. The Dervish fires both medium lasers and SRM-2s at the Javelin, peppering the mech. The Warhammer uses his good arms to lift off the ground and fires 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, his SRM-6, and a bursts from both flamers at the javelin standing above him, hitting with nearly his full arsenal, but only managing to destroy one more of the light mech's jump jets. The Hermes snaps a shot off at the quick draw, but misses. The Charger fires his 3 remaining lasers at the Dervish, but misses. Turn 5. The Enforcer stands still. The Vindicator runs forward trying to fire on the Davians. The Whitworth stands ready. The Javelin manages to keep under control despite all the damage, leaping away. The Quick Draw stands still, lining up his shot. The Dervish also stands ready to fire. Lieutenant Willis reaches down towards the ejection lever, but sees a chance, choosing to remain in the battle. The Hermes runs behind the Dervish. The Charger runs into melee with the Warhammer, lifting his massive foot, preparing to stomp the downed mech. The Panther lines up his PPC. The Enforcer fires his AC-10 enlarged laser, the autocannon damaging the left torso. The Quick Draw Alpha strikes the Charger, trying to save his Lance Leader. Lasers and missiles crashing into the mech's left leg, left torso, and right leg. The Dervish also Alpha strikes the Charger. Lasers hit the right torso and left leg, a laser burning out the upper leg actuator. The LRMs hit the Charger's left leg and left torso, destroying the left torso. The SRMs hit the center torso and left leg, destroying the mech's leg. The Charger falls, damaging the center torso. Lieutenant Willis again lifts his Warhammer and unleashes on the down Charger. Missiles hit the left leg and arm, but it is a medium laser and the flamers that rip open the assault mech's center torso, damaging the assault mech's gyro. The Hermes fires both large lasers at the rear of the Dervish, drastically heating up his mech, but scoring a hit on the Dervish's rear center torso. The Panther fires his PPC at the Quick Draw, but still misses. The Whitworth also fires on the Quick Draw, but none of the missiles hit. The Javelin fires an SRM-6 at the Enforcer, but misses. The Charger, missing an arm and a leg, his center torso heavily damaged and exposed, ejects. The Vindicator fires his PPC at the Enforcer. The PPC rips through the armor, hitting the mech's ammo bin. The Enforcer explodes into tiny debris. Turn 6. The Quick Draw continues to stand still, trying to fire his way out of this mess. The Dervish backs away from the Hermes. The Hermes walks his overheating mech behind the Quick Draw. The Vindicator walks closer to the Dervish. The Warhammer stays down, lifting up, trying to bring up an arm. The Panther and Whitworth stand still, content to fire from a safe distance. The Javelin runs back to his team. The Dervish fires both LRM-10s at the rear of the Hermes, missiles hitting the mech's left and right torsos. The Quick Draw fires all of his weapons at the approaching Vindicator, peppering the mech, but some of the LRMs hit the head, injuring Mechwarrior Kojo. The Hermes, wary of shutting down because of his heat, fires only a single large laser at the Quick Draw, damaging the mech's rear right torso. Mechwarrior Kojo blocks out the pain and returns fire at the Quick Draw with his PPC and LRM-5. The PPC hitting the mech's right torso and the missiles hit the left leg. The Warhammer fires his PPC on the Hermes, the particle cannon crashing through the head armor, heavily damaging the mech's life support systems. The Panther fires his PPC on the Quick Draw, but misses. The Whitworth fires both LRM-10s at the Quick Draw, but also cannot hit. The Javelin does not fire. Turn 7. The Dervish stands still, picking a target. The Quick Draw jumps off the hill, putting his back to a nearby cliff near the Dervish. The Whitworth continues to stand still for firing. The Hermes races away, hoping his backup life support system holds. The Javelin walks up to a crate. The Vindicator stays still, holding off the Davians. The Warhammer lifts up again to fire. The Panther jumps off the hill toward a crate. The Javelin picks up a crate. The Hermes holds his fire, cooling down. The Panther fires again on the Quick Draw, but misses. The Dervish fires both LRM-10s at the Vindicator, some of the missiles hitting the left torso. The Quick Draw fires his LRM-10 at the Vindicator, but misses. The Vindicator unleashes his PPC and LRMs at the landing Quick Draw, but misses. The Warhammer's PPC tears into the center torso armor of the Vindicator. The Whitworth fires indirectly on the downed Warhammer, but misses. Turn 8. The Dervish stands still, readying to fire again. The Panther walks up on a crate. The Hermes picks up the crate at his feet. The Javelin runs back with his crate. The Quick Draw stands still, lining up on the Vindicator. The Vindicator backs away. The Warhammer lifts up again to fire. The Whitworth readies his LRMs again. The Quick Draw fires his LRM-10 at the Vindicator, some of the missiles hitting the weakened center torso. The Panther picks up a crate, as does the Hermes. The Whitworth fires on 2 crates, destroying them with his LRMs. The Dervish fires both LRM-10s at the Vindicator, the missiles damaging all 3 torsos. Mechwarrior Kojo, seething in hatred, turns his weapons on the crates, destroying 3 of them. The Warhammer's PPC misses the Vindicator. Turn 9. The Quick Draw lines up on the Vindicator. The Javelin escapes with his crate. The Dervish stands still. The Vindicator jumps back, preparing to retreat. The Panther jumps with his crate, setting up his own escape. The Hermes runs past the Panther, carrying his crate. The Whitworth stands still. The Dervish fires both LRM-10s at the airborne Vindicator, but misses. Warrior Kojo holds fire, concentrating on withdrawing. The Warhammer fires his PPC at the Vindicator, but misses. The Panther has no fire. The Whitworth again fires both LRM-10s indirectly on the downed Warhammer, but misses. The Quick Draw fires the last of his LRMs at the rear of the Vindicator, but misses. The Hermes has no target. Turn 10. The Dervish walks forward after the Vindicator. The Vindicator runs towards safety. The Warhammer lifts up again. The Panther runs with his crate. The Whitworth stands still. The Quick Draw runs after the Vindicator. The Hermes runs out of the engagement zone with his crate. The Panther has no fire. The Whitworth fires his dual LRM-10s at the Quick Draw, some of the missiles hitting the right arm. The Vindicator has no fire. The Warhammer cannot see a target. The Quick Draw cannot use his LRMs. He is out of reloads. The Dervish misses the Vindicator with his LRMs. Turn 11. The Panther escapes with his crate. The Dervish runs after the Vindicator. The Whitworth falls back to safety, followed by the Vindicator. Aftermath. Fjord Lance failed to retrieve any of the supplies desperately needed by the embattled city of Polis. Still, they were welcomed as heroes, having held off twice their number in Caridans. Exhausted and mourning another death of their number, the members of Fjord Lance took little comfort in their lance's growing legend among the defenders of David. The Caridans had different feelings. Fjord Lance had been a thorn in their side since their first days on the planet. The 2 lances had accomplished their mission, but outnumbering your enemy 2-1 and only winning a minor victory brought no honor.